Hey guys, so obviously I like to read. You guys know that from my so far only 3 you should read this book before you die videos. And I've already done videos on books that I love, but I've never specifically told you books that are my top favorite. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. And these books are in no specific order except for the first one, and I'm sure you'll figure out why as soon as I pick it up. By the way, I am reading off of a script from my computer, so that's why my eyes are going back and forth. Okay, number 5, The $80 Champion. Oh yeah. This is a book about an immigrant who purchases a stock trailer or meat market horse for a whopping grand total of $80, hence the name of the book. Granted, this was back in 1958, that was still a really low price for a good horse. Without telling you everything about this book, all I can really say is that this horse becomes one of the best known jumpers in the entire United States at this time. Known for his heart, his calm demeanor, and his dedication to his work, Snowman inspired everybody in the nation to become great, even if your background wasn't. Number 4, City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series. This is a book, or a series in itself, about a young red-headed girl named Clary who finds out about this. Number 4, City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series. This is a book, and the series in itself, that is about a young red-headed girl named Clary who finds out about this secret world that's been living right under her nose. Learning that her mother and recently discovered brother are a part of this world, she has no choice but to tag along in the whirlwind ride that is the Mortal Instruments. She learns what compassion is and finds out that in reality, compassion is what drives us all. While slightly cliche in a way that I can't explain, this book breaks every rule that you've ever thought about. Just how much do you love your family? Number 3, The I Hunt Killers trilogy. Unfortunately, I don't have the first or third book in this trilogy, so the second one's going to have to do for now. They are, however, on my to-buy list, and I have already read all of them, so don't worry. This book series is about young Jasper Dent. His family is famous, but not in the way that you would expect, or want. His father, Billy Dent, is the world's most notorious serial killer. And before he was caught and imprisoned, he taught his son everything that he knew. This included how to murder, torture, and how to hide the body. Okay, well, not actually hide the body, but Billy Dent, apart from being a murderer, was an artist, and I'll let you figure out that one on your own when you read it. Jazz is taken under the wing of police officers in his local town when there is another mass murderer on the loose, and the police are hoping that Jasper can help them find him. After all, Jasper has the brain of a serial killer. But what kind of serial killer has a tall, skinny, awkward, stupidly brave kid named Howie who has hemophilia as a sidekick? That is what is so addicting about this book. The so human-like quality of a character so devoid of feeling, emotion, and ultimately a coward against becoming his father. Number 2, The Secret Life of Bees. This is a you should read this book before you die book that will hopefully be posted soon. This is an amazing book that fights the racial bias from the 60s, and most importantly, 1964, the year that blacks are allowed to vote. Young Lily Owens is grieved with a heavy past that her father refuses to let her forget by handing her a slave from the field as a stand-in mother from the time she was about 4. When the nursemaid, Rosaline, gets into a fight with the 3 biggest racists in town, Lily takes it upon herself to get both herself and Rosaline out of harm's way. This award-winning book takes on gender roles like nobody's business, and makes an empowering women's world book. The book battles with religion, gender roles, ethnicity rules, violence, racism, and many other topics that I really don't want to spoil for you. Here's one thing that I can tell you though. You can use this book on AP literature tests because it is of literary merits. Number 1. The entire Harry Potter series, and specifically today, the Sorcerer's Stone. Do I really even have to explain this one? Not really, but I will anyways. This book series is literally my childhood. The first book, The Philosopher's Stone, or the American version, The Sorcerer's Stone, was released in 1997, and the last book was released in 2007. The last film, however, was released only in 2011, just 4 years ago. These books, however, will always be special to me. Mostly because they let me hide in this mythical world just to get away from my own. Harry Potter, Ronald Weasley, and Hermione Granger will always be my heroes and guardians. The story of the boy who lived, who defeated he who must not be named, and set to live life under a staircase, is a story that even those of us who had happy childhoods can relate to. Ever felt abandoned? Check. Ever felt like you weren't good enough? Check. Have you ever wished that someone would just whisk you away to another world where you can be yourself, free from judgment and understood by everyone around you? Check, check, check. I could honestly go on forever, but I should really stop here. That's enough information from the book that everybody already knows about. So that's it with this video. My top 5 favorite books that I have in my current collection. Tell me, what's your favorite book to read? Maybe I'll read it and give you a shout out if I do a "you should read this book before you die" on it. Until then, catch you later.